I'm wearing this cowboy hat because I just spent 4 days in Texas Hill Country, and let me tell you something. You know how Texas likes to say, everything's bigger in Texas? Well, that used to be true, and then your boy Big Sarge left the state. What's up, fam of Liberty, and also everyone else watching this video who isn't following our channel for some unknown mystifying reason? It's your boy Big Sarge, the artist formerly known as Admin Tim. I'm the founder of the Sons of Liberty social media organization that's been steadily enraging MAGA fuckface ass clowns since 2015, and more recently, a small handful of super woke leftists who are so super woke that they need to go take a fucking nap. If you saw us out in the streets at a protest for the first time, or you're new to this channel, I know what you might be thinking, so let me go ahead and get this out of the way. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck GOP politicians. Fuck these limp dick establishment Democrat politicians that aren't out there in the streets fighting for us tooth and nail. And also, fuck the billionaires. These fucking wealth hoarders that have their fucking boots on the neck of just about every American citizen. Neither this channel nor its comment sections are a safe space for you boot-licking simps for a Russian asset, convicted felon, adjudicated rapist, Wish.com fascist oligarch, failed insurrectionist, wannabe authoritarian tyrant, self-confessed lover of very young girls, and a guy who was friends for over a decade with a convicted pedophile. I'm talking about Donald Trump. Now you know where I stand on things. So if you're still here and you're not frantically rage typing into the comments box like a triggered conservative snowflake who's ass mad about veterans and heroes who aren't from the United States, then maybe you should consider following this channel after you watch this video and deciding whether or not you like the cut of my jib. And if you don't like the cut of my jib, I don't fucking care. On tonight's live stream as a guest you've seen before, Aiden Swallow is back to talk about running for Congress in Arizona. The week after, we've got Michigan congressional candidate Elion Badger. Both Elion and Aiden are Army vets, in Elion's case, National Guard. If you're a MAGA fuckface ass clown who thinks they've got the balls to come talk shit to liberal veterans since you only like them in red hats, then come fuck around and find out. I will butt fuck your soul, and then, because I can, and it makes me come, I'm gonna ban you right out of the chat, because I'm a petty bitch like that. The week after, on the 26th, we've got returning guests, Jessica Denson and comedian Cliff Cash. We'll be talking about the protests on September 1st and September 2nd. And then, Monday, September the 8th, we've got California House Rep Ro Khanna, who I'm sure you've noticed in the news cycle, raising hell and praising Dale in Washington, D.C. Speaking of Washington, D.C., I know there's some shit that's gone on in D.C., but I'm not going to talk about that today because the Sons of Liberty social media has been talking about it all fucking day yesterday, and you can follow us on any number of outlets and see what we have to say about it. Actually, I'm going to say this. Isn't it weird how that kid Big Balls disappeared from the public eye and then suddenly out of nowhere gets jumped by 15 black people in D.C. who only beat him up a little bit and didn't take the car they were allegedly trying to carjack? And now there's martial law in D.C.? Isn't it also weird how on January 6, 2021, Trump couldn't call out the guard, but now suddenly he can? Y'all out there asking the wrong questions, but I digress. What I am going to talk about real fast is the protest on September the 2nd. I know there's also one on Monday the 1st, but we're going to talk about Tuesday, September 2nd. You see, Congress returns from its extended break. Remember, they ducked out early to avoid voting on Ro Khanna's Epstein Files legislation? Well, we're going to be there to welcome them back, vociferously. And I don't give a fuck about motherfucking martial law. If you don't have the balls to come protest when the nasty girls, I mean the National Guard, and the now federalized DC police are out, then don't you dare fucking talk to me about, but what is Sons of Liberty going to do to fight back? Because quite honestly, some of y'all just sit on your ass and talk shit all day. Be in DC Monday the 1st and Tuesday, September 2nd. And let's raise hell at Congress, at Fox News, and Heritage Foundation. Otherwise, get the fuck out of my face with that bullshit because you're too chicken shit to put it online. And for those of you that aren't going, but weren't talking shit, you know I'm not talking about you. Speaking of putting it on the line, Florent Groberg was born in Poissy, France, to an American father and a French-Algerian mother. He became a naturalized U.S. citizen in 2001. He entered the United States Army in 2008 and became an infantry officer, which means that he also completed U.S. Army Ranger School, the world's most elite leadership academy. You heard me. Less than 1 year after receiving his commission, he deployed with 4th Infantry Division to Afghanistan. On August 8th, 2012, I say again, on August 8th, 2012, Lieutenant Groberg was serving as a personal security detachment commander, responsible for the safety of some 28 coalition and Afghan National Army personnel, not even counting his actual soldiers in the PSD. These personnel were meeting at the provincial governor's compound in Asadabad, the capital of Kunar province. Lieutenant Groberg's patrol encountered a suicide bomber along a bridge. Groberg and another soldier, Sergeant Andrew Mahoney, instantly grabbed the suicide bomber and dragged him away from the formation. Groberg tackled the suicide bomber, who detonated his vest. Groberg was blown some 20 feet away. A second suicide bomber detonated his vest prematurely. U.S. Army Command Sergeant Major Kevin J. Griffin, U.S. Army Major Thomas E. Kennedy, and U.S. Air Force Major Walter D. Gray, along with U.S. Foreign Service Agent Ragaya Abdel Fattah from the U.S. Agency for the International Development, were killed and several others were injured. As a result of his actions, Groberg sustained the loss of 45 to 50% of his left calf muscle with significant nerve damage, a blown eardrum, and a mild traumatic brain injury. Groberg spent his recovery at Walter Reed National Military Medical Center from August 2012 to May 2015. He was medically discharged at the rank of captain. In November of 2015, he received the Medal of Honor from President Barack Obama. Let me impress something upon you. On August 8th, Florent Groberg tackled a suicide bomber and rode the thunder 20 feet. This man saw a guy with an explosive vest and jumped on him to absorb the blast and save the lives of countless people. So on August 8th, 2025, on what's called his Alive Day, the United States Army marked the anniversary of Captain Groberg's Alive Day, the anniversary of his stopping a suicide bomber in Afghanistan. And out of the fucking woodwork, Loony Laura Loomer took Donald Trump's dick out of her mouth long enough to get on social media and run her dick beaters over the keyboard to question why the U.S. Army was promoting an immigrant who once spoke at the DNC. That's right, a right-wing ass clown had the audacity to put Groberg's name in her mouth, just not the same way she infamously puts Donald Trump's mushroom pee-pee in her mouth. A woman whose only service is servicing a married man, remember that for later, tried to talk shit about a man who was prepared to sacrifice his life to save others and survived. Groberg himself waded in like the stone-cold, brass-balled badass that he is and said his speech at the DNC was about service, not politics. Something Laura Loomer could never fucking talk about because the only service that this fake plastic bitch with the jigsaw face knows about is getting down on her knees and servicing her orange Jesus. And that's if he hasn't dumped her already, because we all know that Donald Trump likes underage girls, and Laura Loomer very clearly, bitch, you old. Now, to their credit, MAGA and Republican veterans also took issue with Laura Loomer's attacks, and so did some of Laura Loomer's fans, apparently. So at least they had that much self-awareness to break with the cult on that issue. But let it have been somebody who wasn't a Medal of Honor winner, some other veteran who is a Democrat. They wouldn't have the same fucking grace. Let me tell you something, Laura Loomer, you mouth-breathing oxygen thief who cucked Melania Trump in front of the entire world. You don't know a goddamn thing except being a selfish twat, so sit down and shut the fuck up, you mouth-breathing oxygen thief, you clearing barrel for dicks. It's wild that you seek clout by dunking on MAGA like you're over there beefing with margarine trader Greed, calling her a whore and talking about her mouth being full of other men's cock. Literally what she said, y'all. But the rank hypocrisy from this cultist zealot who sucks Donald Trump's cock, oh yeah, she had the cognitive dissonance to forget about that. Laura Loomer is not fit to hold Captain Groberg's jock, and this dumb bitch can try to come for me on whatever platform she wants. You can try and attack me, bitch. I will fucking put you in your place every goddamn time because you are a dumb shit. Any platform you want, bitch, come for me. I am happy to tear you a new ass, just not in the way that you get it from Donald Trump. That is my time for today. Fam of Liberty, you've got about 3 weeks before the protest at Congress on Tuesday, September 2nd. If you've got a Handmaid's Tale cosplay, we need you there. If you don't have one, then pick yourself up a Sons of Liberty shirt or a Sons of Liberty flag. If you've already got yours, then you're good to go. I want to see the Fam of Liberty out there with me at my side in full force, in full battle rattle. Tell them who you are and let's be fucking loud. And since the stakes are much higher, then for those of you not going, you can donate to the Get Out of Jail chest. Check out the link tree in the YouTube comment that I need to remember to pin. There's an email address on that link tree. Send me an email and ask for the contribution details. If you already know them, go ahead. Big Sarge out here. 2 claps and a Rick. 1 team, 1 fight, join or die. Fuck fascists. Woo!
And now it's time for the throw punch!